it's Mark and Cindy on the radio, 10 to 11 a.m. Well, it's Mark and Cindy, they've got a morning show. Every day I listen in. We're going to talk about what's going on in town.
Woo! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Cindy to the Mark and Cindy Show. We're standing outside right now, outside the door, because Dick's got to let us in.
That's right, so hang on, everybody.
I had no idea
hang on.
meant for us to get... Can we come in now, Dick?
We thought we were celebrities and that we got to come in whenever we want to.
Idiots.
In fact, I think I thought that was the green room right there.
Yeah.
For our guests, that they stood there and they came in. So when you guys come by and see us live, I can't wait for you to come and look in the window and see how this happens. Of course, you can go to YouTube as well, and you can go to YouTube, search the Mark and Cindy Show, and you can see us doing our thing.
Cool beans.
So we can't lie too much.
No, we got to
about some things that we do.
Yeah.
Because they can come back and see us.
By the way, Cindy, I posted on Facebook today that I was going to try to get you to stand out in the middle of the street and do your portion of the story in the show with the rain coming down, because it adds authenticity, like the reporters in the hurricanes. They're out there getting blown around.
I'm not trying to make it to the network, and that's what they do that for. They go out there and be blown around for that. So I'm waiting for calmer weather. I'll do it tomorrow.
So you've got limits as to how you're going to sacrifice.
I always enjoy the dudes in the background when they're doing that, and they're like
they're walking calmly.
Yeah, they're like what the reporter's trying to make. We're out here live, and the guys behind them are like getting groceries. Like, what? It's not that bad.
Who was that guy that one of the crew had to hold his leg while the hurricane was coming in, and he was like, "That's terrible out here." Well, get inside. Why don't you get inside?
We can look through the window and see what's going on. That's like kind of stupid, but
boy, on today's show, Cindy's got stuff, of course, as we usually do, but my stuff also. Cindy, I like the how to do things, to teach people something so they walk away.
I agree.
Better than when they came.
And I'm going to be talking about a pill that will help you remember
nobody cares. Okay, what I'm going to do
password
today is look at the paper. I got the Houston Chronicle today and not the Courier, in spite of the mountains of support we're getting. With the Houston Chronicle, I'm going to show you how to determine which article you can spend time reading, because some of them, just by the headlines, it'll tell you, do I want to see this or not? But you, what have you got there?
I just don't believe in the Houston Chronicle. But
I know you don't, because
only
every once in a while they say
Courier.
something liberal. I hate that about a newspaper.
Once in a while?
They yelled at her. You don't remember that?
Yeah, that's right.
They could write the whole thing in red.
Episode 37 of the Mark and Cindy Show.
Yeah, that's right. So,
okay, what you got?
No, I wanted to just expand a little bit on the Super Bowl. I know we talked about it yesterday, but I think it's still being talked about. Things are still being talked about
there was
about the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl? There was a Super Bowl?
Oh, that's right.
I'm sorry,
How quickly you forget. Yeah. You may need to take the pill that I'm going to be talking about later.
I'm going to read about it.
Why you don't forget things. But I never even talked about the halftime show. Did you see it, Richard? Did you see the halftime show?
No.
Okay. So, did you see it, Mark?
No, I watched the last song. What's his name?
Bruno Mars.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers. Why? Bring out the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
What was funny is we were loving Bruno Mars, his show. He's so energetic. His band is just cool, and the little James Brown retro thing he did.
Cool.
Oh, it was great. But then all of a sudden the Chili Peppers come out, and Cindy and Samuel went, "Ew, that guy needs to put his shirt back on. What's wrong with him? How old is he?" And we were thinking, well, he looks good for 50, but they're 50 years old. Did you know that?
Well, yeah. I mean, not as bad as Rolling Stones, but who gets this list of people that want to be on the Super Bowl? Red Hot Chili Peppers.
It's probably somebody that really wanted to meet them when they were younger, and now they've got a chance to have them come on, and they get to meet
guarantee you what it is. Their record labels are saying, we have so many demographics tuning in, we need to cover all of them.
The Red Hots.
And
we need
you would say the Red Hot Chili Peppers are what, from the 80s and early 90s, and then Bruno Mars is definitely
now
younger.
Yeah, he's so hot right now, but he was good. And
that Bruno Mars is so hot right now.
That man, his hair alone, girl.
But not better than David Beckham. David Beckham won the
underwear guy.
He won the most valuable person on the commercial.
Okay.
I think.
What most people don't even realize about the halftime show is that was probably all pre-recorded.
I had no idea.
What?
Because if you notice, like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, their instruments weren't even plugged in.
No, probably.
They were.
talking about
lip
lip
syncing
syncing
or
and
something?
stuff?
Like Nilly Vanilli or something?
Yeah, they're not supposed to do that, but
Yeah.
I'm probably because they're jumping. I don't know how they can do all the stuff that they're doing and keep the level
Their
of
breath
quality.
is,
yes,
Yeah.
but
I'm pretty sure.
but it
all
was
that
20
recorded.
minutes. But somebody that was there personally there said they got it all done in 20 minutes. They got out there and back,
That
you know,
seems
and
impossible.
everything out of there in 20 minutes. But that the other thing was that we didn't talk about it was the oldest coach and the youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl.
Oh,
62 years old.
Russell, the quarterback for Seattle.
Yeah, he's the
youngest.
youngest.
5'11".
Yes.
And
God,
what
that
it's
guy
done,
was great.
Cindy, is it's given more credence to Manziel, you know, possibly being drafted high up because he is also short. He may be, I think they say he's 6 foot. I think he's 5'11". Anyway.
But that wouldn't have anything to do with him being a good
No,
quarterback.
well, it does. I mean, that's
How?
no. I'm sorry. I said it does. Coaches like someone who's tall, thinking he can see over
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fence,
yeah.
over
That
the
makes
fence
sense.
defense. But
Over
but anyway.
defense, yes.
yes, but yeah, and you were telling me something about you lost money on the. Somebody lost money on the dang.
Mattress Mac, boy, and we were just talking about
jumping
him
ahead,
recently.
yeah.
Jim McIngvale, and it's all over the news.
Wait,
Did the
receipt.
smartest thing.
Where's the receipt?
Oh, it's
Did
right
the,
here.
No, it did the
No,
smartest
it's
thing.
in the,
He said if you buy $6,000 worth of furniture, that and the Seahawks were to win, you would get everything free, all free. You
$6,000
bring
or
back.
more.
You have to bring back your receipt though. Keep your receipt, bring it back, and we'll give you the money for $6,000. And he lost $7 million on that little wager
Yeah.
to himself. But it was brilliant because it is being played all over the national news, all over the local news, and for that
I
amount of
hadn't
money,
thought
you
of
just
that.
think about how many times that was played. He probably amateurizing that out, made
I wonder
made
why.
good.
Wonder why he chose Seattle to win. Like,
they-
why couldn't you have the visitor, the customer pick?
The one that they picked.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
no,
he
this is
thought for
easier to
sure.
follow.
I think he
Yeah,
thought
the
for sure
underdog.
Broncos were going to.
But I see what you mean. You pick it, and I'll give. No, that way he would have definitely lost money. If he picks it himself, there's a chance he's going to not
Well,
have
no,
to
because
pay 'em.
everyone would have picked the Broncos and not have gotten their refund. Because everyone expected the Broncos to win.
Right.
So, because the thing is, you go and
Right.
spend $6,000. He goes, if Seattle wins, I'm going
that's
to pay
the
you
thing.
back.
You're right. He
That's
would have.
the
He
thing.
would have come
Why
out
wouldn't
probably
he have
better.
other people like here? Here's your receipt. Here's your ballot.
Well,
And
see,
you choose. And
Yeah.
then you staple the receipt.
it's the same thing, but you don't need the ballot. Those people who bet on, they must have jotted some. No, it didn't matter to him.
No,
You're right.
you just
Yeah.
if you purchase $6,000
Yeah,
worth,
it was a number that amount that you purchased was his
in the
deal.
2 weeks
Right.
leading up to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was a great PR move because of what he got from it.
Yeah.
That loss was not a real loss for him because that advertising he couldn't get. And he said how many
Tax
new
wise, yeah.
and
I
how
bet
many
the IRS
new
is calling him right now.
That's right. This is the IRS, NSA, and everybody else calling you right now. But he said he got so many new customers from it that came in to do that to spend $6,000. But those customers, they'll come back after getting $6,000
And
worth
see,
of free.
Cindy, a lot of
furniture.
customers came in afterwards, after the game, and bought $6,000, saying, "Okay, now I want my everything free." And see, they
Maybe misunderstood the
that it's
concept.
before the game. Speaking of that, the champion welterweight boxer guy, Merriweather, bet 11.3, I believe it was, million
I think that was
dollars.
debunked. He never did that.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, he's got a picture of. Oh, I don't question that that's debunked. But they did it well. They had a picture of him near this table of cash, and he's looking really bad. But they could have definitely put stuff in. I'm glad you straightened that out, because we're thinking it's debunked. More news later.
How many people
Lucky
watched it?
Merriweather.
How many? The most watched Super Bowl.
Oh, it wasn't the most watched.
They said 111.5 million, and it was the most watched.
Oh,
So you're
okay.
saying wrong?
No, I must have heard something wrong. One thing I did hear was that they had tickets left over, but I don't, because they were saying it. Anyway, the interest.
Well, they cheapened the tickets.
Did they?
They
Maybe
had
they
cheapened the tickets to get more people in there, but the people at home were smarter to stay home and watch because the weather was so bad and stuff. People were
yeah.
going to be home, and so
I
they
was
probably made
I
a
was reading
party.
this pretty interesting thing about people who purchased the tickets, and it goes, imagine being a Broncos fan and going to this place and the weather being awful and your team gets crushed. And so the joke is, I paid $4,000 to feel like this.
That's true. That's true. And people were having trouble getting out of New Jersey that were there, of course, probably from Denver, and then trying to get into Denver. So
but the weather was great. They said it was one of the. It was,
no, but the next day is when it went.
When they tried to
it went,
get out.
Yeah, it went really bad.
Yeah.
So trying to get out was hard for them.
Wow.
Hey, while we're talking about movies, have you seen the trailer for Noah?
I have seen the trailer.
Doesn't that look
That is
amazing?
something else. With who's being
Russell
Noah?
Crowe.
Russell Crowe
Yeah.
is Noah. That would have been my pick.
Yeah,
Since Charlton Heston isn't around anymore.
that's right.
Yeah.
No, but Noah and no, he played Moses. Charlton Heston played Moses.
I know, but he's just the
biblical
feat,
type.
yeah.
Yeah, true. And you don't think of Russell Crowe being that biblical type. So this is really an acting job. It's going to have to happen. But it looks really good because they're trying to make it look real. This is exactly how it looked and how they
Yeah.
felt and what they looked like and all and how it happened. So I'm curious to see
these
how
shows of biblical proportion. No, that's not right. Biblical shows, where be it the Ten Commandments or whatever. If you're going to make a show, particularly about Noah, you're going to have to add so much stuff because so little is said about anything, and yet they've got characters here and the son struggling with something or whatever and all. So any dialogue there is definitely fabricated and anyone's guessing. But the important thing is, does it entertain me? That's what I want to know.
Well, and you know what? Richard, I even know the ending, and I'm still going to go see it.
Get out of here.
Yeah, because,
I still don't understand that.
Yeah, Richard doesn't understand.
Well,
if
especially
you know
as
the
a movie
ending.
maker, like how much money can we make from this? Everyone already knows this story.
I'm
No.
with you. I don't-
No, what they found is the last couple of years they found that this is what got a lot of brought in a lot of money was the biblical type pictures, and so they're going to put money into it, but try and
You get the crowd who likes watching the Super Bowl live halftime show when they're not really even playing instruments. So that's the crowd that are going to go see this movie.
well, I'm trying to figure out how they're going to work in global warming, and that's why the flood happened. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay. I just, for the life of me, don't know why that is even an issue. You know, are you saying by running global warming down, are you saying
I'm not running it down.
pollution is, if you don't even care about global warming, it's the pollution we're looking at. It's the children, Cindy, and we're going to talk more about, not that, as soon as we come back from these few
But
words.
Mark and I'll talk more about while you're gone. So
Yeah,
watch this. You can read
right.
sign language and lips. You're going to have
Exactly.
fun. You're on the Mark and Cindy Show.
Send me a railroad ticket to take me to her loving arms, and the big steel rail gonna carry me home to the one I love.
Hi, I'm Joyce with the Corner Pub in downtown Conroe. We're located at the corner of Simonton and North Main, just across the street from the courthouse. The week starts off Monday with open mic hosted by Alan, and Tuesday nights open mic hosted by Jeremy Bankhead. And on Thursday evening, McFarland Jams. There's nightly drink specials available every night, all night. And don't forget, live entertainment every weekend. To see a full list of events, visit our website at thecornerpubinconroe.com. So come join us at the Corner Pub, where the deli is open late.
The East Texas Dream Center is in need of your help. We are a nonprofit Christian organization that houses women and children who are trying to get their lives back after being homeless, abused, or addicted. We are conveniently located at 301 South 1st Street, Conroe, Texas, 77301, right here in Montgomery County. Our needs are financial, and every needs of gasoline, cleaning supplies, laundry soap, Lysol, and whatever else God puts in your heart. To help our ladies and children, please consider a donation. You may visit our website at www.easttexasdreamcenter.org. Again, so you don't forget, it's www.easttexasdreamcenter.org. Donations are tax deductible. Remember what Jesus said, with God, nothing is impossible.
Do you ever wonder what's going on in the business community? Are you looking for ways to get plugged in? Cassandra Roshan here, Director of Membership Development with the Greater Conroe, Lake Conroe Area Chamber of Commerce, and I would like to invite you to tune in to Chamber Chat. Tune in the first Tuesday of every month at 11 a.m. so you will be in the know for all Chamber happenings for the month. Each month, the Chamber offers 2 free lunch and learn sessions, a networking breakfast, business after hours, membership luncheon, as well as many other special events throughout the year. I will give you a rundown of all programs and events for the month, as well as interview our speakers and hosts of these events. So grab a cup of coffee and tune in to Chamber Chat the first Tuesday of every month at 11 a.m. Chat with you then.
Not a two-bit bed to lay my body on. I've been stood up, I've been shook down, I've been dragged into the sand, and the big steel rail gonna carry me home to the one
This
I love.
planet that is more than it should be. You don't agree with that? That it's more than it should be,
No,
Cindy?
no.
Bless your heart.
I do not believe that we.
Welcome back
we're
to the Mark and
controlling
Cindy
the
Show,
weather.
ladies and gentlemen. We had a
Brothers.
conversation. Cindy
Did you
is,
love that? See, if you could have
yes.
read lips.
She's
sideways.
pro-pollution, and I don't know. There's of
That's
all
right.
Of
All
the,
Republicans are
of
pro-pollution.
all of the,
Push
I
grandma
appreciate
over
you.
the.
Of all of the issues that you could in the world take up is the global warming. Who cares? The point is there's pollution out there. We need to do something to stop it. And yes, when they take what you call your test of the ozone and the stratosphere and all this, there's a lot of pollutants, carbon dioxide in there, and they say it is having an effect. You don't believe it, but let's face it. Look in China, we don't want that. So forget the
No,
Earth. We're not
no,
affecting
I never-
it, but let's cut pollution
No,
out.
I
Can I
said.
tell you a story? Can I tell you a story?
I
Don't put
guess.
words in my
Dick,
mouth.
how long is it? I don't
It's
know.
only about 3 minutes.
Do it.
When
3 minutes. Okay.
When I was at Abilene Christian, I took behavioral science and nature, I guess. It's
I'm
more-
shocked you went to Abilene Christian. Go ahead.
And one of our projects was how to have conservation and kind of a global warming, like choose something that we can improve the world on. And mine was getting rid of bottled water. And then I basically made this whole presentation about how if we recycle bottled water, if we drank one bottle a week instead and start doing tap. And what was really neat, we had a local water processing plant that worked two things. It did the water from the lake, and then the other one was owned by Coca-Cola, who did Dasani. And so we did studies and all this good stuff. So I had a great time. We did a lot of good stuff. It was a good presentation. Well, the teacher gives me a B- because he says, "Oh, this isn't like it's that's not very effective." Well, turn around next semester, he's in charge of a new movement on campus to help recycle bottled water and encourage tap water drinking. And I went up to the guy because I wasn't a science major, but it's a liberal arts school, so you have to take all these different classes. And I was like, "What is this? What's up with this?" And he's like, "What do you mean? Like, you not know who I am?" And I was like, "Okay, well, that was really funny to me." And I'm like, because it was really the results we found were very astonishing of how many people prefer bottled water, and what the difference really is nothing. There's no difference.
Well, unless you're in West Virginia, but yes, I agree to a lot of that.
Yeah,
It's the bottles. There's
The water's
fishes,
already in it?
Cindy getting in the bottles, and no, it's bottle. It's a lot of pollutants
Well,
there.
what's funny is that the training of these children now and how they're feeling like to drink out of the tap will kill them. Like, I don't want any water out of that. I want it out. They wanted me to take it out of the bottle, and I said, I'm getting ready to boil this. No, not from the tap. So they're afraid of the tap.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've never said anything like that to
Do
them.
y'all use the Brita filter thingers or something like that? Okay, well that's
We
what
have
I do,
well-
and
we
I
have
can
well
tell.
water. We have well
That's
water,
good.
and it's supposed to be
depending
the
on how
best.
deep your well is. But I can tell the difference definitely between filtered water and unfiltered from my tap. And I'm not saying it's bad. No, the tap I can drink it, no question. But I can tell a difference, and I don't know if that's an
But
important
why is
difference
there
or
a
not.
difference between Aquafina
No
or
idea.
Sam's water, and then you go get Fiji water? What have they got?
A
in
lot
there?
of it is the
What are they
bottle.
Well,
putting
that
in there?
is because it's from Fiji, and that's their selling point. But no, like to give you an idea, when we went to go see the Coca-Cola thing, like, oh, we do osmosis. That's how we clean our water and all that stuff through electricity. And I'm like, well, what are you removing? And he's like, oh, additives. I'm like, what, you mean like natural water has things in it that are supposed to be in water? Well, because they really get rid of positive things that are in water.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Through their process.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is kinda
Fish
weird.
feces.
No, that's
feces.
no, that is true. That's a good
By the
point.
way, call in
Well,
if
you
you're
don't
tired
think-
of us talking about this,
You
ladies and
don't
gentlemen.
think the cleaning water plants here already do that?
What's that?
Clean the
Think so?
water? They don't. You think the
I
water
hope
you get out of your
so.
tap
Yeah,
has
no.
fish feces in it?
No, I really wasn't listening to you, Dick, and I
Well-
apologize for that.
Well,
but,
but I gotta say this: when
yeah,
you go
I
to the
don't-
water, those water
I'm sure they
machines,
do.
and you fill it up, And then you look in the back of it, and it's connected to the city
And there's
water.
a dead rat.
No, it's connected to the city water thing. You're getting the same.
Well, actually, it's really interesting about that.
I think it's
worked,
filtered.
I worked at a car wash place, and the most expensive piece of equipment they had there was the little
The sponge.
stand where you get clean water from. They have a little, some car
Right.
water, you can go fill up your water bottles or whatever.
Right.
That was one of the most interesting things because
That was the most expensive thing they had.
because I was just wondering, I was interested in how this whole, you ever been to a car wash, like looked underneath the guts and stuff, how
Tried.
cool, because they recycle all their water.
I'm scared.
Oh, yeah, they'd have to.
Yeah,
'cause
all
they'd
that
have to.
water that's used to
Goes
clean your
back
car, it
into
goes
it.
down, and then they have a little recycling thing underneath the car wash
And
that
that-
cleans the water that sprays it on another car. And it was really cool, but then I was like, well, what about that? And he's like, well, we have to keep that completely separate. And I'm like, oh, why? He's like, let me show you. And it's like this huge cleaning. I mean, it was nuts how serious this piece of equipment was. And he's like, what's funny is this thing costs more than that entire
bet.
building over there.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. And I don't know how it's from Noah to the water that covered the earth, and
Well, we
and-
connected it.
Yeah, and the clean water was cleaner then that covered the earth. Were the people drowned in cleaner water than they have now. Okay, all right.
It still had fish feces in it.
Shut up. Okay.
Cindy, let me bring up this article, and it shows more difference between Cindy and I, and I don't think it's politically or anything, but, I turn to the Chronicle and I see this on the front page, health. Study, sugar raises heart risk. I cannot believe sugar
It was
raises. It's like fat
a
is
study.
bad for you. Okay, I cannot believe. I'm going to read that.
Well, some fats are good for you.
Dick, please. By the way, Cindy, and you pulled a comment out of this. What is it? You did read it. I didn't, and I should have because it
No.
would have helped me.
No, all they talked about was eliminating the sugary drinks because of how much sugar that's added to those drinks, and so I was telling you if you just cut those out, it would help you, but that sugar is not good for you, and
Right.
like we
Who
all
would've- who
knew
would've
that,
guessed?
and because I try and keep my sugar with me as long as I can.
You know what I heard, and I don't believe this. You're drinking the Diet A and W, and when we go to the movie, I get a half Coke, half Diet W, only half Diet W, half
Diet Coke and
Yeah.
half real Coke.
just because Kay wants me to. But what the doctors say, I believe the pollution doctors. I don't believe these other people doctors, Cindy, that say, okay, you shouldn't drink these because what it does, they are sweeter than regular sugar, and when you drink them, you have more of a desire for sugar.
When you drink the diet,
That's what they're saying. And
I thought it was
don't-
the sodium that would kill you. I thought
Oh, that
it was
too.
how
Yeah,
high
all
the
those.
sodium
But that's one
is.
thing. In fact, Kay just went to the doctor. She has diabetes type 2. And the doctor said, diet drinks, don't drink them because it'll make you want more sugar.
So
well,
don't drink them. So
she
drink
still
the-
drinks them.
Okay.
But, she drinks a diet lemonade type stuff. But she's not
So we
craving
can't
other
drink.
sugar.
We can't drink the sugary ones.
Can't.
I agree. They're right, and we can't drink this. All I want out of that is the fizz part. Anyway, I like
The
fizz.
first hit.
Yeah, boy.
The buzz.
But and you go like, what are you going to be able to drink?
You're not okay
Water.
with people smoking marijuana, but you're okay with people being
The
addicted
hit.
to soda,
The first
soda
hit.
pop?
But
no,
you know.
I'm
first-
saying. I'm
I'm
saying.
giving you a hard time. I'm kidding.
Right.
I'm kidding.
But I totally agree. But it's just like what we're left with is the dirty water.
I know.
I mean the water.
And the
Aquafina,
children. The
and
dirty
plastic,
water with the children drinking.
and the plastic that we're
thing.
killing. So I don't. It's difficult to know.
Here's another one.
Let's see what the astronauts do. They drink their
Oh,
urine.
Yeah, but first they send it through a coffee filter. And turtle advocates deplore fun cuts. I like wildlife. I love the turtles, but I've got 30 minutes. Turtle advocates deplore fun cuts. No. Here's what I will read. Adrift at sea, man lives on turtles, seabirds. Here's a story, according to this guy, if you believe him. And Dick, I don't know if you saw this or not. This guy leaves Mexico in a boat with a teenager. He's fishing for sharks because he gets $1.90 a pound for them. This happens in December of 2012. Lo and behold, he finally shows up in 2014, just a little while ago. He's been 13 months out there, 6,000 miles. The teenage boy died after the first month. And he was living on, of course, raw fish and eating raw turtles and
this
drinking fish blood.
The Life of Pi too.
Life of Pi 2 without the tiger. But look
the
at
kid
him.
was when he died.
He's got a lot of beard, and so I'm thinking, okay, that's true. But he still doesn't look skinny enough to me for 13 months of that. And I just question it whether it happened or not.
You don't know
I
how big he was though when he left.
I really don't. He could have been
go
a
ask him.
300-pound shark guy.
She'll
I think
ask
you're right.
him.
What does it say about the Texas barbecue?
Take that.
Okay.
By the
This
way,
is like-
Cindy steals my stuff. I'm surprised she
This
hadn't
is
got
like
my
at the
pin
breakfast
yet.
table. Texas barbecue icon Eyes Outpost here. There's going to be a new barbecue restaurant. That's what we need
In
is more
Texas?
barbecue restaurant.
I hope it'll be a barbecue restaurant with Mexican food next door.
Louis Mueller
Sheesh.
Barbecue. It's an iconic Texas brand. What?
Okay.
Wait a minute. Okay, go ahead and.
Here's
do the-
another article I'm not going to read. Here it is. Report. 2013 saw a record number of exonerations. I don't care. What are you talking about? And ultimately, I did read it, and they're talking about more people have been let out of prison due to being falsely accused, largely because of DNA. That is good, but I don't like the headline. 4 couples sue to overturn ban on gay marriage. Well, who doesn't? That's not a news story. It happens all the time, but in Wisconsin, that's news. Here's one that's good that I will read, and the title is Elsewhere.
Yeah.
And it says there are 3 waitresses in Illinois who each got a $5,000 tip, and the customer just handed them checks, the 3 waitresses, and said, "Spend your money on education." That is nice. It might be an insult, but it's nice.
$5,000, and they
Yep.
took it, and
Yeah.
it was a check.
It was a check.
Didn't bounce.
Well, that I don't
I hate
know.
to say that. I hate to be.
It's yeah.
I hate to be a skeptic on that. but
Anyway,
it
so
was-
many
But
barbecue renaissance scene here.
we have so much
Oh.
barbecue here. You know, we ought to talk about where the best barbecue is to have hamburger. So many good hamburger places.
There are.
But barbecue places, really good ones, that's, that all tastes kind of the same, right?
It is. What can you do to barbecue? The tenderness of it has to do with it. I've got a friend, Cindy, I don't know. I want my barbecue brisket trimmed. I don't like fat, but I've got a friend of mine that orders it, said, no, I don't want it trimmed. I want the marbly fat in with it.
Yeah. I'm that way.
Okay, Cindy, I was just wondering.
You can't
There's nothing
tell.
wrong with that.
Because it gives the flavor to the rest of the meat.
Oh, there's
I
no
tried.
question. It must. But you've got that fat in your mouth, and I don't know. Folks, here's another
Not for
headline,
long.
Cindy.
Not for long.
Port CEO named to avert uncertainty. Who? Does that interest you? Port CEO to avert. They're hiring somebody else because they've got uncertainty on the ports. But look at this. One-time McGruff nabbed with pot and guns.
One-time McGruff.
Yeah, do you know who McGruff is? It's that dog that
Yeah.
they put him in a dog suit, and the guy said, "Don't commit crimes." The cops. Well, this guy was a McGruff.
Oh,
and he
that is-
actually spent time in prison, and he was still a McGruff.
You mean he's human?
Yeah, he's a dog.
Uh-oh. See,
but
Richard, the
in
last
a,
time he remembered
in a human
McGruff,
outfit.
He
or
thought he
vice
was
versa.
real.
But
He's not
right,
real,
the Santa
Richard.
Claus thing. But that is news. It's like this guy was trying to tell the children.
When was this though?
Don't
when
rob
was he
stuff.
telling children? Was it the same day?
no. Oh,
or was
gosh.
this like
No, he was a one-time
No,
McGruff
this is.
impersonator.
It's like one-time teacher. He was a teacher 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Molest a child and
Yeah,
such and
so
such.
let's drag
And
teachers into that.
Robs
That's
a bank.
Terrible.
And no, I don't think this guy was recently McGruff. In fact, McGruff has been on a sabbatical for, I think, 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. And I could be.
the suit got to start to smell. So
Yeah, that's no
deep
question.
clean for 4 years.
Courts reject killer's bid to bar execution. And I'll quit here. This is
I was
a
going to say,
sad
you just
one.
Seahawked this whole segment.
I know.
Okay.
Seahawk. That is something. We have.
You can use that if
You
you
know,
want
when you can make the nouns verbs like that, it's beautiful. Seahawks is now. Like, hey, he went postal.
Yeah.
I like it. Anyway, now this lady's on death row in Texas, and she's probably going to get it. Ladies and gentlemen, after this, we're going to let Cindy. We're going to devote the next segment to Cindy saying whatever she wants, Republican-wise or
Whatever
anything.
I want, and you have to
I've
cut
got
his
to
mic.
listen.
We're going to kill his mic.
I'll try not to say
No.
anything.
I got some funny things. Okay.
Mark and Cindy Show.
Mark and Cindy Show every day.
Hiding my
Every
bottle
day,
of
the
water.
Mark and Cindy Show.
Ground in the big steel rail gonna carry me home to the one I love. Well, I look over yonder across the plain. The big
Hi, this is Erica Tullis, Executive Director of the Breast Cancer Charities of America. The Breast Cancer Charities of America is a national nonprofit organization with our headquarters in the Woodlands, Texas. We focus on non-invasive breast cancer research and helping the true patient that is going through breast cancer. Through our Help Now Fund, we help women pay the rent and utilities while going through their breast cancer treatment. It's unlike any other program that truly is out there. We are here to help the woman. Our phone number is 936-231-8460. For more information or to get involved or to even make a donation, please visit our website, www.igopink.org.
Tune in at 3 o'clock every Wednesday for Aperture and Shutter Speed with me, Tom Moore of TR Moore Photos.
And me, Dick.
If you are an amateur or expert, or if you haven't ever picked up an SLR camera before, Aperture and Shutter Speed is a show for anyone who loves photography and film.
Join the conversation with us by calling in or emailing us your questions. If you want to know what's coming up on Aperture and Shutter Speed, just look up our show page on irlonestar.com or look us up on Facebook.
Join us every Wednesday at 3 p.m. for Aperture and Shutter Speed, and remember,
take your lens cap off.
Gonna carry me home to the one I love.
Okay.
Hey, are we back yet?
Yes, we're back, and you're listening to the Mark and Cindy Show. We want to remind you that you can Facebook us, like us, and listen to our archives on YouTube. You can put YouTube on and type in the Mark and Cindy Show, and we're there. We're there. You can see what's happening here. You couldn't hear what happened, but we had a great discussion. Wish you could have been there. But anyway, we are on YouTube, and you can go to soundcloud.com and listen to us, the audio portion after 12. And
Don't forget the app.
And also, if you have the app on your phone, you can listen to us on your phone. And you can come by here. Richard will put the app on your phone
I
for
do it all
you.
the time for everybody.
You did mine.
He does it for everybody.
I lost my phone.
No, we got to tell people it's the on-demand feature. It's a new feature added into the app, so make sure you update your app if you haven't done it. And
Did you update my app the other day?
I don't think I did. I got him though. I got this guy.
Wow, I'm updated. If I can find
You
my
better
phone
update
again.
my app. That's all I'm saying. You
Yeah.
better update my app.
I'm,
Okay. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the pill that helps you remember your password. That you don't even have to remember it anymore once you take this pill. It's been FDA has approved it, and it's Motorola is the one who's behind it. You know, they helped develop this, and it is something you take this. They call it a vitamin. In fact, it has like an anti. I can't read what it says. Vitamin. Anyway, it's a vitamin, little pill, and you ingest this, and it emits like an EKG. Emits that signal that causes it to know that you're the one, that this is your phone and this is your whatever, and it opens it up for you. That is the weirdest thing in the world.
Wow.
But you have to have that pill in you, that and it'll only emit this signal that will be solely yours. And so it's like your password. You take that pill, it's your password into all your things that you want to open up. And it's not out for sale yet, but the FDA has just approved it.
Are you saying it goes into your synapses and it makes them hit right or something?
No, not you. You're not doing anything. It's just emitting a signal. It's inside you, and it emits a signal that's like an EKG, is what it says. And that causes the whatever it is that you're wanting to open up.
Wow.
That's what it says.
That's
and it
a
was
pretty
on the
good
news.
pill.
And now the technology buzz is that they're going to have a tattoo that you can get. Will do the same thing, and it says 666. But they said it is a new tattoo that they think they can use that as well. So you can take a pill to remember your password, or have your password, or you can have a tattatu that will open up your stuff.
Wow.
So somebody can just shoot you and then drag you over.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was
put the-
thinking. How can I get Mark's stuff?
Man.
Yeah, that's right.
Forget global warming. I'm in with the pill now. That's all I want to talk about. It's the pill.
No, but isn't that amazing?
I read a joke this morning. It's actually in the Chronicle, and it was this. It says, are y'all ready for it? When I let my mind wander, it doesn't come back. This pill would make it come back, wouldn't it?
See, that's why I said if they could just do one that help me remember where my car is that will help me direct me to my car. That as soon as I walk into the parking lot, starts going off and the horn starts beeping. That would be great. That would be good. I would like that. And so anyway, that hasn't happened yet. But there's a cell phone scam going on. And have you heard about this? If you haven't heard about it,
I don't think so.
Okay,
I'll play like I haven't.
which is going to be fun because Mark just got his new cell phone.
I can't find it.
And you're so
I
excited.
left it somewhere.
Somebody calls you, it rings just once, and just leaves a number, and you go like, oh, so you should call it back. Don't do that. Don't answer it because there's a scam going on. Is that you come in, you enter a chat world that you're charged $20 for coming into it, and then $9 a minute. So if that happens to you, be careful. And it's got the area code on it as 473. It's one of the area codes that they're using. So be aware not to answer the phone. You're so happy somebody called you, Mark. And
you know what is so phenomenal about that? My first phone number that I remember is GR31485, and GR3 is 473. Wow.
Uh-oh.
So somebody from my old house is actually getting.
But that wouldn't be the area code though.
No,
it wouldn't be 473. Yeah.
We didn't have an area code back then in the olden days.
I know it. Imagine how much stronger the fingers have to be today.
Exactly.
How many you have to? They don't even do that anymore. But to pull that router.
My brother still got one of those rotary phones.
No, he doesn't.
He does. I kid you not.
Does he
this
really?
guy. Yeah, and it's
That's
not
cool.
because he's wants to go back to the olden days. It's because hey, I got it. It still works. Okay.
In the '60s, I bought those phones that you do like that. And do like that, and because I'd see them in the movies, like in the 40s and stuff. Okay, I'm not finished yet.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I'm in.
I got to take a breath.
Yes.
Did you hear about the church in Florida?
Oh yeah.
That is
I don't know about it.
that's going to be destroyed because of eminent domain. Eminent domain. I can't say that. Anyway, they're going to take charge of the church, destroy it. Now they've offered them $1.5 million for the property and the church and the building, and just so they can destroy it because they're going to build an $85 million soccer stadium on that place, and because it is helpful to the city, that then the judge said yes, they have the right to come in and seize the property, and they think they're being nice about giving them $1.5 million. And what they said was the owners or the elders of the church said that it would cost $35 million to go buy the property they have now and build the church, build a new church. That's how much it would cost. So they don't want to move, but they say the judge feels like they have the right to do it, even though it's a religious situation. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They feel like they've got it, but they're fighting it, and they've got some big people that are going to bring it in there to try and stop this, because eminent domain, the first time I heard about it, just angered me that they could come take my property because they want to build a skating rink they think that'll draw more people in, and then you never get the money that you could have if you sold it outright yourself. Anyway, so that was something that really disturbed me to hear, and that's going to be on the news. The other is that this is a weird thing, and I just had to throw this out there. Southwest Japan, they have a festival going on right now. Yeah, Southwest Japan.
Yeah.
If you go,
Got it.
They have a festival going on. It's called the Scream Festival, and they have everybody comes over, parents, and they bring all their kids and into different people's houses. The men dress up as goblins or ghosts or really scary looking people, and they scare the kids. And the more scared the children are, they believe that removes all the evil spirits from the house, and that you'll have good fortune that year. So they terrified, and I saw the video of it. It was horrible. They were coming in, jumping out of things, and the kids were just like screaming, and all the adults were laughing, and they were just terrified and crying. But the more they screamed, the better they felt that their fortune would be for that year.
I love the Japanese, but I don't. The things that make them scream are so much different. I saw last week for about 2 seconds something about Mothra. This guy's standing there going, and everybody's screaming, and then they've got Rodan. Rodan never flaps his or her
Those
wings,
old
and there's smoke
movies.
coming out of Rodan's rear as it's going like a jet plane, and it's making a plane. Japanese, I love you, people. I love you, but you need to get
In
better
the 50s,
monsters.
But they were great in the 50s. We thought they were pretty good.
I did. I
didn't you?
actually liked Rodan when they.
Yeah.
And I remember this, Cindy, and I'm talking too much about it. But in Rodan, they've got this scene, if you'll play it back, unless they've killed it, there's people running through the streets, because Rodan's back there weaving hurricane wings. And there's a guy that looks at the camera and he's laughing. And I thought, wow, why didn't they cut that out? But it was real. I saw it in the Capitan Theater. It was really cool.
But as you got to be a teenager and you go those things, then they got to be like funny.
Yeah.
But now they're going to bring out Monsterzilla again, and the new movie that's coming out. It's not Monsterzilla. It's called. I can't. My mom never allowed me to say the word.
Oh, Godzilla. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. You said it. Shame on
I'm sorry.
you.
Yeah. And what was that? Cindy wouldn't say it. Little Cindy. They're not supposed to say. Anyway, I can't remember. But it was another Godzilla thing.
Shut up. She called it the S word.
Oh, yeah. Well,
they're saying the S word again. And so, but I have like kind of a question for you. And Richard, you can answer this if you know. Do you happen to know how many times your heart beats in a day? Do you know the number? Have you ever looked at that? This fascinates me. This kind of stuff fascinates me. I love it. Well, do you know how many times you blink in a day? Did you know people counted this and they have that?
If somebody tells me, Cindy, they're counting my blinks, I'll blink more. But go ahead.
Yeah, especially when someone tells you that, says that to you. And how many times you take a breath? How many breaths you take in a day?
I have no idea.
Anyone?
I'm going to write these down.
Well, I've got the answer for you, and it's 100,000 times a day your heart beats. 100,000 times a day. 100,000 times a day your heart beats. 28,000 times your eyes blink. Wow. 28,000 times a day they blink. Not in a year, but in a day. 17,280 breaths we take on average every day.
2,000?
17,280 times we. No belches and no flatulence.
No, we don't have
it. But anyway, what's so cool about that when you start looking about all the different things that the body does is that you don't have to be in charge of that.
It's reflex.
It's all in your. It's all been programmed into you, and you're not having to think about beat heart, blink.
It's weird,
blink,
but you know
breathe,
something
breathe,
that
breathe.
is not a reflex, but it happens every time about this time. We have to take another break here on the Mark and Cindy Show, and when we come back, we will have an encouraging word and other stuff. And Gordon Lightfoot, take us into this break.
You're listening to Mark and Cindy. Yay!
Missed the train last night. I went in town for one last round and I gambled my ticket away. And the big steel rail won't.
Howdy, folks. Cable Smith, host of the Lone Star Outdoor Show, inviting you to join me Saturday mornings from 7 to 8 on Lone Star Internet Radio for Texas' premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor talk show. So pour yourself another cup of coffee and pull up that stool a little closer to the old campfire, because if you can catch it or kill it in Texas, we're going to talk about it. That's right. Bucks and ducks, gobblers, monster bass, redfish, trout, and a whole lot more. Plus, you never know what outdoor celebrity is going to drop by, from Phil the Duck Commander Robertson to fishing legend Bill Dance or everybody's favorite Uncle Ted Nugent. Heck, we might even mix in an interview and hear some brand spanking new Texas music from one of your favorite Texas musicians like Robert Earl Keen, Brandon Ryder, or the honky-tonk kid himself, Aaron Watson. Loved or hated but never ignored, it's the Lone Star Outdoors Show with me, Cable Smith, Saturday mornings from 7 to 8 right here on Lone Star Internet Radio on irlonestar.com.
Hello, Montgomery County. I'm Rachel Baldwin with Special Olympics Texas Area 6. Are you a fan of courage? Are you a fan of determination? Are you a fan of acceptance, grace, and skill? Then you're already a fan of Special Olympics. Make it official. Volunteer, coach, and or compete and be a fan of dignity and acceptance. The dedication of our Special Olympic Texas volunteers provides mainstreaming experiences for athletes with intellectual disabilities. You will touch the heart of another person, and it will move you in a meaningful way that lifts the spirit. Please visit the Heart of East Texas Area 6 webpage at www.sotx.org. Also, like us on Facebook to be a fan and be part of Special Olympics Texas.
The big steel rail won't carry me home to the one I love.
morning, Montgomery County. It's a little wet today and a little cool today, but it's going to be a great day because it is your day to make whatever you want to out of it. And we want to remind you, coming up right after the Mark and Cindy show is Chamber Chat. And Cassandra is here in the house. And it's just a shame you can't see her. She's so beautiful, but you will be able to hear her lovely voice in just about 15 minutes.
Yeah, and Cassandra came in right. She got Dick's attention and then opened the door.
Then open the door. We got to learn to do it. We're going to learn.
I already got my solution. I'm just going to make y'all take a pill.
Take a pill. That
and
Oh, Cindy, before we get an encouraging word, and this has something to do with that. You know, you say it's great we don't have to think about, our heart's beating or our breath. We're taking a breath because you do it by reflex action. When I had this one operation a while back, they gave me morphine, and I had no idea what, does this affect you any? I don't know, but make me quit hurting. They gave me morphine, and I could not sleep because in my mind, I thought when I went to sleep, I'll forget to breathe because I'd close my eyes and all of a sudden I'd go,
yeah.
And the fear of forgetting to breathe, that would be, I'm glad God doesn't.
But God's taking care of all that for you.
That.
So you have a lot more time to do other things instead of having to make your heart beat and blink and all that.
Exactly. If I had to think about that and then on top of that, I'm chewing gum. Oh, that's my right. Word. Take another bite. Okay, I mean a chew. Cindy, I was reading this morning something that I don't know. It was, a lot of times I read stuff for, okay, can I mention this on the show or would that be good? But so many times I'll just read something like today and it makes me feel so good. I don't know if you or other people, I can get lonely in a crowd, still do. And it's sad. It's just something, a bad sense of depression occasionally that hits me, and that's terrible.
I love being with me, so you got to learn to love yourself first before you can love others.
But I think of little old ladies and single people, little old men sitting there and thinking nobody cares and what is life, and I don't want that to happen to me. And my sister Jill, bless her heart, she said, if you don't put me make sure they don't put me in an old folks home, Mark. And Jill, no way. But
she can come over to my house
anyway.
So you're saying assisted suicide should be an option in this country?
That's exactly where I'm leading here. No, here's what I'm saying. I read this morning. Thanks, Dick. I read this morning. This person, and I don't even know A.B. Simpson. I don't think he's in any way related to Homer.
No,
but he wrote this. And he said, it's to build us up, Cindy, said, God is working out the mystery of our lives with solicitude and fondness. Solicitude means concern for your well-being. God is working out the mystery of my life with that and love.
That's right.
And the thing is, you're sitting there, does anybody care, whatever, life just stinks, but God is there working this out.
Amen.
Pay attention to, that promise, by the way, this promise is, this is what A.B. Simpson said, but you can back it up with so many scriptures. I'm guiding you with my eye upon you, and, nothing can separate you from the love. You can back it up with scripture, and the thing is, if you don't pay attention to that or realize it or have the faith in it, that promise does nothing to you. Yeah, keep feeling lonely, Mark, and I can. And then this one other one, and I'll stop it. This is from another biblical speaker, Philip Yancey. I don't know who he is either. He said, in the advanced school of prayer, when one loves God with the entire soul, doubts and struggles do not disappear, but their effect on us diminishes and our urgent questions recede as we learn His ultimate goodness.
That's right.
That's the thing.
Amen.
It's Christianity, it does, and so many people say, well, I was, I believed in God, and look what happened to me, and all, and that stuff's not nearly as bad to me, but that doesn't go away.
No,
but the coping of it does.
Well, I think that's why church homes are good. And I know there's a lot of hypocrites and all that stuff. So,
I'm in there.
They're going to all be in there, and there's a lot of sinners. But it is a place that everybody can go and have a family. Because when I go to church, and growing up, I had so many grandmas that they wanted to take care of me and hug and all that. And you got mommies and daddies and cousins, and you have a lot of family when you go to church. And everybody can find one. They're on every corner. You can't say you can't find one. And you walk in, and there's some churches you feel like, I can't be here. That's not right for me. But you find one that you walk in and say, I'm home. And they will take care of you. And when you're sick, people will come visit you and try and bring you food and all that kind of stuff. They'll just smother you with a lot of goodness. And so I think God has set this all up so that when we come together on Sunday, we go like, I don't want to go on Sunday, but you come together and create that community and be part of that community. That's what you always have. You always have that. You never have to be alone.
There is no question. You can be godly and not go to church. People say you can worship and all, but folks, there's no way I could stay close to God without occasionally, going and meeting with these people. Kay and I, we were looking for a church once. We went into this place, Cindy, and it was the coldest. I was feeling creepy inside, and then the preacher gets up and he says, right now I want you all to stand up and turn to one another and greet with each other. And we stood up, and I was going to say, my name's Mark Hader, and this guy says, the blessing of God be with you. The blessing, and that's what they're all saying. They were saying something, and none of them, it was like they were Stepford wives and husbands. And I thought,
no.
And as soon as we sat down and they started singing, I said, Kay, I got to get out of here. He said, yeah, let's go. And I went.
It's just like you find a family just like you do, like you do a home. When you go in, you walk in there, and you'll know. And when you get a good one, you'll never leave.
Really, and I think the Spirit tells you you're at home now.
I agree.
Give it a shot.
Agree.
May not do it the first time, but.
And speaking of Stepford Wives, I saw that movie. It was up on Antenna. That was a creep. Talk about creepy. We've got to talk about that tomorrow because there's some lessons we can learn.
We're not going to have a whole lot of time because Rodney Poole's going to be here tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy is the greatest advocate for Conroe, downtown Conroe. He's very active in all the things that go on down here, and he's building up. He's owns property down here, actually. Cindy.
He
owns
everything. Everybody's nice to him, but he's the most authentic Texas accent you'll ever hear.
Yeah.
And so you've got to tune in and listen to him. He's got some good stories.
You know something? He doesn't sound like himself on the phone. He sounds like a younger guy. I wish I did sound like that in real life, but I've got this in a world. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, what a miserable weather day, but I hope you had fun out here. I did, even taking jabs at Dick and Cindy. And what else can we do?
And you always know that just above these gray clouds, there's blue sky and sunshine. That's what you got to think about. No, listen, we can have fun weather the weather. We do not care about that. Weather the weather. We're going to have fun. And remember, here's the deal. God loves you. And he's got this, so it's okay. You smile and have somebody smile because you made them smile.
Every day I listen in. We're gonna talk about what's going on in town. You never know.
Hey everyone, this is Tina, your host from Retro Saturdays. I wanted to invite you to visit the Lone Star Studios here in downtown Conroe, Texas. We're all volunteers here, and we need your help in serving the Montgomery County area. Radio media is a fun field to be in. Lone Star Internet Radio serves Montgomery County with news, current events, local programming, and of course, music. If you are interested in volunteering and sharing your talents in media, go to irlonestar.com and let us hear from you. Lone Star Internet Radio, serving Montgomery County from the heart of downtown Conroe.